and yep, slight mobility, tankiness, sort of a middle ground, like can do a little bit of everything. Wow, throwing BJ into that. Clutch next BJ. That is okay. That's an insane damage team between the two assassins, and then Clutch really, I would say he's an insane like damage dealer, but it's not really about that. It's just the fact that he can shield, get up in your face, and obliterate you with point blank rockets or rocket to LG, rocket to rail, and he can close the gap with the same shield. And if you're unfamiliar with how the shield works, it'll come down for a second whenever you fire and then come back up. So it really is an amazing gap closer and defensive tool and offensive tool, and his mobility just got buffed. So yeah, you're probably going to see a lot more Clutch played than in the earlier phases. And for good reason. He is incredibly good. But in the right hands, pretty much all these champions are.
Prepare to fight. Round begins in 3.
Let's see. DaHanG probably starting on the Clutch. LWF on the Galena, it looks like. Yep. So with their first picks. LWF. I've got to follow the Clutch here. I want you guys to see how he's playing in this latest patch. Just the insane mobility. See right off the bat there, great stack. I mean, he started Mega, and he was able to get over to heavy armor really quickly. But Clutch is just super scary. Now you've got this insanely fast murder robot with a max stack of 300, I want to say, on overcharge. No, I think it's like 350. I think you can hit 150 armor overcharge. So just insane stat potential. Stopwatches the Mega up to 200. Puts some rockets on point. There comes the shield. They'll just happily eat those rockets from LWF. Casually air dodge over to the heavy armor. Doesn't even have to damage himself with a rocket or a tricaster jump or a nail climb or anything like that. He just gets that mobility for free. And I'm starting to notice a trend here. DaHanG just playing hard on that Mega spawn. Transitioning over now to try to catch topside to heavy, but all he's been doing so far is just playing at that Mega. I really don't blame him. He's got easy access to the power-ups. He just hit the porter and fly through there with some insane speed to hit that heavy armor right in front of him like it normally be. You see his base move speed is atrociously slow, but once you really get jumping around and moving, you're just insanely fast. LWF walks into a rocket to, I believe, the face and or upper chest region. And that will be the end of him because he was unable to maintain a stack.
Impressive.
And it's not just about going fast, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the power-ups you pick up along the way. And the fact that he's controlling all the Mega, all the heavy armor,
impressive,
really just doesn't leave a lot of health on the map for LWF to work with. Ooh, if he had hit that second rail, that would have been absurd. Okay. Comes through.
Stopwatch.
Denies. More pickups to LWF, who burns the bull rush, pushes back a little bit. But, yep, it was not enough to throw off the aim of DaHanG.
Prepare to
shuts out round number 1 pretty handily.
Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Fight.
Alright, second round. LWF with the Mega Health spawn. Oh, wow. DaHanG with the read. Easy read that he's going to go porter to heavy armor. And DaHanG is just there to capitalize on it. That was a picture-perfect read. LWF dropping down for the rail. I wouldn't be surprised if he went to the Tri-Bolt as well. Like, Tri-Bolt is very good, especially in this situation. This is kind of what it's made for, in my opinion. When you're in LWF's position and you are peeking in and out of a fight, you don't have the luxury of lining up or leading a rocket shot. Sometimes you just need to throw some damage out there somewhere and get a hit on your opponent, get a read on where he's at, where he's going, what he's doing. And the Tri-Bolt is amazing for that, and I'm really not seeing LWF capitalize on that usage. But to be fair, not a lot of people are super comfortable using that weapon because in the olden days, that would be, you know, something that your grenade launcher would do. But now, we gotta use these fancy new explosive launching weapons? I don't know. I had a better finish for that sentence, but I lost it. LWF now with topside control, and that visor, not as impressive of a stack as that clutch, but still more than good enough to take a fight to the robot man. DaHanG just playing kind of comfortably, like Mega there. I want to call this safe. It's almost like a safe / lazy way to play. Oh, there you go. There's the shield with the air dodge to the point blank engagement, and it looks rough there. You know, DaHanG took a lot of damage. Okay, he was down to like 40 total on his stack, but he still won that fight, and that's what I've been talking about this entire time. That's the strength of the air dodge, the point blank, and the shield. You can just completely close the gap, throw your opponent off, and put the fight so much in your favor. Oh, okay, very wise of LWF not to follow through with that bull rush all the way through the border, because he would have gotten a face full of lightning.
Impressive.
Instead, he's going to try to take that fight topside over to the heavy armor. About gets obliterated, but he's able to pick up the heavy armor before that happens. And DaHanG's actually forced to back off here with a pretty weak stack in comparison. 125-25 up against a 125-100 almost. There you go. LWF maybe wasting that. Got a lot of damage out. Now's a good time to chase him down and get that kill. And a read over by the portal room. Gets through it. Oh, doesn't quite see him around the corner. These are the moments, those few seconds that have transpired since he bull rushed and popped him into the porter. That's really when LWF needed to capitalize that opportunity to get a kill. If he had converted that into a kill, I think he would have started to take this away from DaHanG in terms of control in the second round here. And that's good enough. Maybe he didn't make it happen in the first few seconds, but he was able to close out that kill eventually. Putting himself on the floor here with about a minute and a half left.
Mid-air.
Pops BJ off the ledge and gives him a rocket to the face. A nice little parting gift. Thanks for spawning and using your ability. Goodbye, exploding corpse. Oh.
1 minute warning.
Not quite the stopwatch he wanted. Oh, and he's gonna get popped off it. Yep. DaHanG's just awaiting. Oh, sneaky. Does not get the connection of the bull rush, and I think that was probably the difference between clutching that round for him. Yeah, but unfortunately, DaHanG will take it.
Round begins in
3-2, much closer than the first win, and I dare say LWF's got a much better understanding, a much better read of the situation now into round 3. He's really starting to understand how DaHanG's been playing it on that clutch. He's been playing really slow, bottom side, just in between Mega and Portal. That's all he has to do. That's all he really needs to do. And LWF is well aware of that. Look at these. Yep, easy read, pops him into the air. Wow, he got a lot of vertical movement on that. Saw LWF try to line up a pretty natural looking follow-up mid-air, and it's way off. I'm not sure if that was an air move, like a dodge into a hit or not. Oh, that's gonna hurt him. LWF botching the jump to rail, or to heavy armor. Yep. So that's a good example of not necessarily, it's not like purely defensive use of the clutch shield. It was more of like a zoning play. LWF wasn't able to put any damage out on him, so he had to run away. It wasn't a fight at all. But DaHanG didn't have to fire back to actually, in a sense, do damage. He did damage by denying his opponent the ability to progress in, certain directions, essentially. Just, it's like map control 101. DaHanG starting to speed it up a little bit. Oh man, look at that. Look at that movement right there. He's really, okay, now he's changing it up. Now he's playing that clutch much more aggressively, because I think he figured out that LWF sort of like read him and understands how he plays slow clutch. So DaHanG is more than happy to just fly at you giant, like, he's a metal, like, murder guy, essentially. So why not just fly at them and do damage? Yes, that is a good point.
You lose.
Questionable as to whether that was bad luck or just like a bad move to hit the porter there. I don't think he had an option, but it does pop him up into the kill zone where DaHanG takes him down handily. 3-0 in round 3 on Blood Run. And that will give LWF the option to pick map number 2. And just so you guys know, so far tonight we have played 2 maps, I believe. Blood Run and Blood Covenant. And that's it. This will be the 6th map coming up, I believe, overall of tonight. This is match number 3. It's going along at a pretty aggressive clip, pretty aggressive pace, I would say. But not to fret. There's plenty of good matches left for tonight, and all of tonight's results lead into a round of 16, which we will play out later in the weekend, and we will have our second set of 8 players qualifying to play online during the regional finals. And we'll be taking 12 of those 32 players, 8 times 4, and we'll be bringing them to QuakeCon to compete live. So we're going to be bringing 12 from North America, 12 from EU, and if you are a BIAC champion, if you are just a land god, you can show up to QuakeCon. You can qualify. We're qualifying 8 people out of the BIAC, the BYOC, the Bring Your Own Computer area. So if you're sitting here watching this and you know what, give me about a month and some change, we could wreck some people. Well, that's about as much time as you've got. And then we will see you at QuakeCon. Second map, Blood Covenant, DaHanG, pretty much a little mirror here. Clutch, Nyx. On the other side of things, LWF picking up Ranger Visor, BJ, and there you go, DaHanG with the BJ. BJ on Blood Covenant, I think he's particularly common on this map just because of the angles. You get a lot of value out of basic things like double machine gun. So when you use your ability, it is always value town, whereas on maps like say you're playing Corrupted Keep or maybe Lockbox, where there's a lot more severe angles and the line of sight is more difficult to maintain, then yeah, you see him kind of drop off in value. You see ability activation get baited harder. It's just more risky of a play. But here on Blood Covenant, you're pretty much always guaranteed value, so I'm going to see him picked fairly often. One of the same reasons you see Ranger picked almost constantly, because Dire Orb is just an amazing tool. These wide open expanses, you can drop down on heavy armor while you've got a Dire Orb flying behind you, 180 degrees behind you, activate, and suddenly you're on a rail. Like, how is that not amazing?
Round 1, fight.
Let's follow LWF here for the start of round 1 on Blood Covenant versus DaHanG. DaHanG's up 1 map here. And I swear I've got X-ray on, but I don't see him. Where could he be hiding? Yeah, I'm too curious now. I have to know. There we go. So I guess he was up at like upper rail curve or something. Not really sure, but DaHanG throws the rocket out to rail armor, gets a hit. Now he knows the LWF. Yeah, he didn't see him at rail curve, so he's over at Mega, and this is how DaHanG starts to kind of wrangle you in. Now the question is he up top, mid, where's he going? Barely missing those angles where he could actually get some vision. Get a little bit of read on the movement. DaHanG's just gonna hang out. Get over to heavy armor, keep that stack going. Stack them up high. And LWF with a sneaky little rocket jump. Gets up to rail, barely escapes with his life. Oh, and I like that. I like the rocket jump for acceleration to get through there. But DaHanG comes barreling through catacombs with a rail to finish him off. LDBF almost getting away where he really shouldn't have. And he just wasn't able to make it happen. And the pushback helping DaHanG's moving along right there. And he doesn't care. He's so stacked right now. It doesn't matter. Yep.
Death at the gates.
Easy fight. Easy fight with shield up there against that Ranger. And this is where it's really dangerous. Not only is he down, 2 champions, but LWF is still up against a very scary, fully stacked, almost fully stacked in armor, Clutch. And as I've explained a few times so far tonight, Clutch's movement, the rework / buff that he received, makes him terrifying with wide open spaces because he can build up so much speed so quickly that he can get around these maps, even medium-sized maps like I would consider this to be. And there's the double LG coming out from BJ. That's really the only opportunity he had right there. But the shield off cooldown. DaHanG knew it, played right into the situation, and very simple matter. Close the distance, throw up the shield, pop off a few rockets, and you're getting damage for free. This is why you should be playing Clutch, essentially. Reasons like this. That's an interesting audio bug. Or maybe he's just constantly a machine gun now. Or maybe I'm the only one that hears that. Anyway. LWF is actually in a pretty good spot here. He hasn't been murdered yet. Which I fully expected to happen. Kind of like that. Yeah, that's a great example of mobility. Look at that. Instead of like a circle jump, like a classic Q3A circle jump, where you have to just be a movement god to do that, you can just sort of casually do it with Clutch. So. Nice little clamor style. If you're going up a jump pad, you can sort of stall out your movement near the top, so you get a nice smooth landing instead of over jumping, wasting time. So DaHanG playing it tight. It may look like he may be making this look easy, but it only looks easy because he's actually just extremely well disciplined on this champion. No wasted movements, no wasted shields.
Round begins in 3, 2.
And honestly, I'm struggling to think of how LWF hard counters this, or counters it at all. I really think, I think BJ, I think like a double lightning gun, double rocket. After you've baited out the shield, that's the thing, you've got to survive the shield rush. And then and only then you stand a chance. Let's see if we can do it right here. See if we can convert this fight into something. Ooh. LWF on approximately no health. But this is the position he wants to be in. That shield's down for another 20 seconds. I don't think he used Dire Orb. He might have used it to get somewhere. But still, both power-ups up now. Is LWF in a position to do anything? He's got the heavy armor. And they're kind of even on stack. But the shield's back up. That cooldown is so low. You've got such a narrow window of opportunity to really get in there and corner a Clutch. Oh. WF trying to set up some sneaky flank rails, and he's getting read by DaHanG, who pops him off the Mega Health. And this is just, there's nothing you can do in that scenario, really. Cornered, knocked down off the Mega, up against a shielded Clutch with rockets. Just casually, quick rails, this is jumping across.
The shocker.
Wow. So when I said I was very uncertain as to how LWF handles this, this is kind of what I meant. The control by DaHanG is just too good. No ability out of that BJ. That could have easily been a kill if he'd had ability up right there. Very easily. Oh, that nice little trick movement. He tapped that dodge kind of late in the air and was able to ride up on the lip instead of falling down to the pool. Clamor jump to get Mega, and now shield's back up. He's in a good spot. His reads are just ridiculous too. Like, we see the silhouettes with X-ray, but you know, sometimes it's kind of frightening where his cursor is just naturally, how close it is to where his opponent is to a wall. Shield's just in time to negate that first rocket. Maybe didn't negate all of it. Okay. Good read by LWF. Gets the opening damage on him, but then catches a rail in the face for his troubles. And DaHanG is still way ahead on stack. So. Oh, LWF. Let's enter a world of pain. There's the shield. There's the shield rush. Clever movement out of LWF, dropping down to the mid ring. Actually forcing DaHanG back a little bit. He was on 2 rails. Or a rail and a few MG shots. Oh, shield's coming up just in time, but he doesn't get it. Activates the shield, but LWF was able to put out the damage in time, and this could be an opportunity for LWF to pick up a spawn kill. Try to get something here in the first few seconds, because he's got about 50 of them left to bring this to a 2-2 on round 3, or to just go ahead and close it out 3-2 if he can. Rocket to the face. Definitely what LWF wants to see right now. Needs to find DaHanG. Needs to find that Nyx. She's got Ghost Walk up. Yeah. Ghost Walk. Not closing the distance. Just hiding. And, you know, if you're playing DueL at home and you're in a situation like this, you're going to want to hide too. 20 seconds and you've got the win. The last thing you want to do is try to fight a BJ, especially when you got 11 health left. Drops down. LWF lets him go. I think maybe he read it wrong there. Oh, wow.
Win.
It couldn't get much closer than that. All LWF had to do was turn around, fire almost anything. Just a rail, just anything. Any weapon at all, I think, would have probably killed that Nyx and tied him up at the end of that 3rd round. That's got to be frustrating for LWF to turn around to that.